Hello, welcome to the Trews. The G7 summit have agreed to phase out fossil fuels by the end of the century, when we'll all be dead from fossil fuels anyway. And Donald Trump has got a say about renewable energy.
The American billionaire Donald Trump is in Scotland, where he's fighting to stop a wind farm being built near one of his golf courses.
Who's this woman in the background? Oh, the world's being destroyed. Never mind.
I want to talk about your battle to block the wind turbines off the coast of Aberdeenshire.
Particularly, Donald, as the interview's taking place outside, and we can see that your hair is clinging on for dear life. I don't like wind turbines. They're dangerous. They're embarrassing. They blowed off my hair hat.
Frankly, windmills are littering Scotland. They're destroying the magnificent landscape of Scotland.
Littering Scotland. On a deeper level, fossil fuels are actually literally destroying the planet that the view is on. So the problem is that if you won't be able to look at nothing after Armageddon.
Are you getting tired of having fights in Scotland? Is it time to make a few friends up there?
No, I get along great. I mean, you look at Turnberry, everything has been perfect.
It's great. It's going to be great too when, as a result of fossil fuels, that water there in the background has risen up and consumed Turnberry, and all I can see is the top of my head bobbing around.
You've talked a little bit about the possibility of running for the Republican nomination for president. Are you going to do it? Are you going to enter that contest?
Well, on June 16th, I'm going to be making an announcement from New York, from Trump Tower.
Donald Trump making these ludicrous announcements gives us an opportunity to focus on what's happening at the G7 summit. In yesterday's summit in Bavaria, the leading G7 industrial nations agrees to phase out fossil fuels by the end of the century. Let's just phase it out. The powerful tend to cling to power and not make concessions if it affects things that are basically good for them. For them, fossil fuels is fine, because it ain't them that'll get shafted. They're not part of the 31 million people that have already been displaced by climate change. It's already happening. Warming temperatures could push as many as 3 billion people into poverty by the year 2050. 3 billion people have been pushed into poverty. Yeah, but we're phasing. Don't fuck with the phasing. This is a really nice statistic. On average, the G7 countries reduced coal consumption by less than 1% between 2009 and 2013. But 5 of the G7 nations increased their coal use in that period and are planning to further increase the construction of coal-fired power stations. Right, we're going to be decreasing our fossil fuel use. How? By increasing it a bit, right? That does sound sort of like the opposite of what you're saying. There is a solution though. It's renewable energy, like wind turbines, like solar panels. Like, what's this place? Oh, look at this, Georgetown in Texas. Texas, not renowned outside of Austin for their forward-thinking willingness to put aside the oil industry and mad bigotry. Georgetown in Texas has opted for 100% renewable energy to save money. It makes economic sense. How much more incentive do you need than there's going to be no planet for you to make money on? I don't care. When I'm not existing, I want to be rich there in the abyss of non-existence in which there is no me. As long as I'm rich there in no me land, I'll be okay. Alright, well, I don't know where to begin.
What do you think you'd have to offer above the competition?
You know, I make things better. I fix things. The United States is not doing well. It needs help. I do very well in the polls, and we'll see what happens on June 16th.
We'll see what happens. You are you. What have I done now? I've announced I'm running for president.
But I would make America great again, that I can tell you.
I can tell you that. Well, you can tell us it, Donald, but it's not true.
I do very well in politics, other than possibly in Aberdeen, where I'm also doing very well because the people in Aberdeen love Trump. They love me. I have a lot of people employed. We're doing well. It's a wonderful project, and they really like it. But the only problem I have in Aberdeen are these stupid windmills.
No, Donald. What it is them windmills, they're saving the planet. So, like, why don't you put some of your energy, instead of pretending that you might run for president on June the 16th, or another golf course, or another thing with the word Trump in front of it, Trump water, Trump towers, Trump diddly, Trump trumpets. Like, just get behind the old... Why don't we call it a Trump windmill? Could we? A Trump windmill? That I like. Would it destroy the planet, though? Well, no, Donald, but I don't like it.
But in terms of dealing, I deal with other nations. I deal all over the world. I probably have more international experience than anybody running for office. I think I do.
I I can confirm that. I probably have more experience. What? This just in. It's a new thought travelling through my mind now. I do.
Donald Trump, thanks very much indeed for your time joining us there live from Scotland.
Thank you.
I like him a little bit, actually. Look, you know already, don't you, that the only possible solution to the problem of climate change is renewable energy. There's loads of examples of it working perfectly well. The only reason we're not exploring it more quickly and more efficiently is because it conflicts with the interests of the rich and powerful. And when ordinary people or the planet come into competition, contradiction or conflict with big business, planet and ordinary people always lose unless we come together to confront them. They're not going to do it for you. True News, subscribe here.
Nose is a tool that is abused to fool you and to leave you scared and confused. Trews is like the nose. If the nose was true, I want some trews. Let's have some trews.